to pull away from the vehicle, we will first actually see the clamp arms opening up, which we see right there, and then the strong back will pull away. So after about 2 minutes, Falcon 9 will arrive at its second major flight milestone, main engine cutoff, or MECO, and immediately following MECO, the first and second stages separate. Following stage separation, the first stage will perform a stage flip maneuver to orient itself for boost back burn, and at about the same time, the MVAC engine will light during second engine start, or SES1, on stage 2 to continue carrying the BlueBird satellites to their intended orbit. And a few seconds later, the first stage will execute a roughly 1-minute boost back burn to reverse direction and begin to head home. And about 40 seconds after boost back starts, the payload fairing will separate, exposing the BlueBird satellites to space for the first time. About 2.5 minutes after completing the boost back burn, the first stage will perform an entry burn as it re-enters the atmosphere, slowing down to reduce heat and stress on the vehicle. This is followed about 1 minute later by the landing burn, which will guide the first stage all the way back down to touchdown. Today, we'll be attempting to return the booster to the launch site and touch down at Landing Zone 1, or LZ1, at Cape Canaveral.
Stage 1 lock slot is complete.
At this point in the countdown, both the first and second stages are nearly fully loaded with 1 million pounds of rocket-grade kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. Both the first and second stage should finish propellant loading about a minute apart from each other, with the first stage finishing up at the T-minus 3 minute mark, which just happened, and the second stage finishing shortly at the T-minus 2 minute mark.
Stage 2 lock slot is complete.
So we just heard that the second stage is now fully loaded with propellant, and at about T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will enter startup, and that means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers will have taken over the launch countdown. And then just inside of T-minus 2 seconds, we will light the 9 M1D first stage engines for liftoff. Weather is still looking green, and the range is ready to support our T0.
Gas launch closeouts has started.
Our T0 of 4:52 a.m. Eastern time. And with that, we are proceeding into the last few minutes of terminal count.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Just heard that Falcon 9 is now in startup, which means the internal flight computers have taken over for the launch countdown.
LD, go for launch.
And the launch director, or LD, has given the final go for launch. So at T-minus 35 seconds, all systems are go for the launch of Falcon 9.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.